Staying updated on the latest functionalities rolling out into Microsoft 365 Copilot can be a challenge. When it comes to any generative AI solution today, this is a very rapidly evolving space. Functionality being released one day could completely reshape your overall experience, and we as humans need a little bit of time in order to process those updates and identify how we approach them. Hey everyone, my name is Nick Harris, and I am a senior Copilot Cloud Solution Architect with Microsoft. Welcome to the Microsoft 365 Copilot Connection, where we keep you updated on the latest features and functionality being rolled out to your Microsoft 365 Copilot experiences. So let's hop into the latest updates available as of July 2025. I will have a direct link in the description below to this particular blog post, but at least in this video, we will provide you direct commentary and what I believe will be valuable functionality based on the updates shown here. So, starting off with updates that are available to Copilot administrators, the first update here is better visibility into agent reporting. Specifically, two reports are going to be released: a report on agents overall being leveraged by both licensed and unlicensed users, as well as a detailed report providing interaction information on how your users are leveraging those agents. This is currently actively rolling out in a preview at this time and should be fully rolled out to your experience in September. Now, for unlicensed user experiences, we've had a free trial for SharePoint agents available that ran through the beginning of July. And now, with some new updates, we're making the flexible pay as you go billing option available to administrators to configure for those unlicensed user experiences. If you want to make SharePoint agents available to your unlicensed users, this will be something that you can directly configure under the billing and usage section of your Copilot Control Center. Another option being rolled out in the billing and usage section is the ability to control budgets. Budgets will be made available so you could directly control specific cost centers and the particular agent experiences that are billing focused for unlicensed users. So that way, if you need to do any form of chargeback or enforcement of policy based on cost, you would have the ability to do so based on these particular budgets. Over the last month, we have been actively rolling out the brand new AI enhanced search experience within Microsoft 365, now known as Copilot Search. And within this new search experience, we're providing administrators more easily accessible options under the Copilot Control System. You'll now have a new search category, and within that category, you'll be able to control your acronyms and your bookmarks that were previously accessible via Microsoft Search. I can confirm that these new updates should be available to our enterprise customers today. And the final update to the Copilot control system is now the ability for administrators to automatically pin Copilot within the Windows taskbar. This option does indicate on the blog that it should be actively rolled out right now. However, I cannot yet confirm if it's available to customers. It's not in my demonstration tenant, so most likely this is actively rolling out to all of you at this current time. For the Copilot dashboard, new filtering options are being made available, allowing leaders and managers that have access to the Copilot dashboard to easily compare usage across teams. This should be actively rolled out at this time. And there are a ton of security based updates that are being rolled out within Copilot and agent experiences. Specifically, when agents are being built directly in Copilot Studio, if any uploaded files have sensitivity labels aligned to them, the agent will work under the highest level or classification sensitivity label for knowledge that has been uploaded. This ensures better compliance against any regulatory or legal frameworks that your organization has in place today. Now, for additional Purview based updates, we at Microsoft believe in transparency, and the specific update shown here provides additional transparency into the ways that your users are leveraging the web search capabilities via Copilot. Now, as a part of the Activity Explorer experience, administrators will be able to view the actual web search terms that Copilot used to search for web data with the original prompt, the response, and any supporting reference materials that it identified. Data loss prevention policies have now been integrated into Copilot interactions as well, where Copilot has directly pulled out files that have specified sensitivity labels. This prevents Copilot from accessing, processing, or even mentioning these files within Copilot interactions. This particular functionality is also being expanded to email content with sensitivity labels, which is available for public preview at this time and should be actively rolling out, generally available in August. A brand new dedicated page for data security posture management for AI has also been rolled out in July, providing administrators a clear view of how data is being used, along with helpful insights into trends and potential risks. Additionally, within this experience, we are also rolling out AI oversharing assessments, and this would allow you to perform oversharing checks against OneDrive content. Now, moving on to user capabilities that are rolling out to all of you today. The first update here relates to Copilot mobile application updates, where you can now directly talk to Copilot via voice. Instead of doing voice to text dictation, you'll be able to have a natural language voice conversation with Copilot via your mobile device. There are many updates rolling out for Copilot chat experiences as well. For the first update here, conversation history. This has already received a ton of improvements over the last 2 to 3 months with the new user interface rollout. However, now we are providing you even more options to find those particular conversations that you've had with Copilot in the past. You see, now there's the ability to search as well as filter based on things like agent experiences or pages, giving you more flexibility to find the data that you require. A very small update, but I believe will have a large impact as well, is now a single unified conversation history. If you had a Copilot license, you technically had two. You had the work conversation history as well as the web conversation history. And this caused confusion because maybe you had a conversation with Copilot in one of those chat experiences, but you couldn't find it because you were looking at the conversation history in the other. And so now we're unifying all conversation history together to make it more seamless and easier to manage within your experience. I love this particular update. And new grounding sources are rolling out as well. We've heard you loud and clear. We know you want to consume more content within your chats. So these particular updates show that Copilot Notebooks will be a grounding source here in the not so distant future, rolling out sometime here in August. We'll also have the direct ability to ground in Teams chats as well. And new additional file types are being supported. This would include email stored as files in SharePoint, CAD files, XMLs, and transcript files from videos not directly recorded via Microsoft Teams meetings. Brand new web part experiences are being rolled out to SharePoint Online. Within this experience, the new Agents web part will allow you to promote particular agents within your SharePoint pages, allowing your users to more easily find those agents and interact with them. Also, recall in one of our previous videos, the new Facts web part should be actively rolling out to you as well, allowing you to generate factual information aligned from your document content directly on your SharePoint page experience. Another update is now the ability to inject multiple SharePoint agents within your team's group chat experience. Prior to this update rolling out in August, you had the ability to copy a link for a SharePoint agent and paste that link into a Teams group chat, allowing the group chat users to then interact with that agent just like with another person. Now we have the ability to inject multiple agents into those group chat experiences with this brand new update, because before we were limited to only one agent within the chat. And finally, now rolling out in August will be the ability to link to specific SharePoint agents directly in your team's channel message experience, making them easier to promote across all users that may be within a particular team. The interpreter agent should be available to all of you today, built directly within your Microsoft Teams meeting experience. This particular agent allows you to perform real-time voice translations for those that may be speaking in different languages from yourself, allowing you to more easily understand and collaborate within multilingual-based meetings. A general note for this particular update: every user that has a Microsoft 365 Copilot license is currently limited to 2 hours worth of interpreter agent usage within a single month. And if they go over that 2 hour limit, there may be additional charges. I would recommend reviewing your internal policies and procedures to see if this particular agent experience is available based on those limitations today. As a part of your Microsoft Teams calling experience, we're now making Copilot available to all of you without having to enable the transcription or recording based capabilities, allowing you to more easily leverage Copilot capabilities directly in a live call, especially if there's any form of sensitive data that's being discussed or task work that you don't want to be transcribed. You'll now have the ability to leverage Copilot during those live calls to aggregate that information to your needs. As a brief note, having rolled out back in June, Copilot Chat is also available under the Chat section of Microsoft Teams for easy access based on your particular app preferences. For Copilot Notebooks, two new Create options are being rolled out, specifically the ability to generate facts and a brief. As a great example, maybe you have a Copilot notebook aligned to a particular customer or project, and you need to prepare for an upcoming meeting. Generating a brief would allow you to get that structured information that's aligned within the reference documentation of your Copilot notebook, allowing you to prepare more quickly. Also, having rolled out back in July, is now the ability to access your Copilot notebooks directly via the Microsoft 365 mobile application. And finally, an update in terms of limitations. It used to be that Copilot notebooks could only ground within up to 20 files, and now that particular limitation has been upgraded to 100 files. Moving on to new upgrades for Copilot pages, you'll now have the ability to invoke Copilot in the chat experience to create a page instead of receiving output first and then sending that output directly to a page experience. Also, rolling out here in the not so distant future is the ability to ground with Copilot Chat within the current open page that you have, allowing you to edit and add content embedded within the page experience. Prior to injecting that modified content onto your page, you'll have the ability to regenerate and, after review, keep the content to your requirements to then inject it for anyone else that may also have access via a shared page experience to leverage and review. The final update here for Copilot Pages I think is really cool as well. Developers will have the ability to inject code onto Copilot Pages and use this new code only canvas to work with, modify, and leverage their code as required. This is pretty cool because, yeah, we can inject code blocks into the current Copilot page experience, but now we'll have this code only canvas, which is specified towards the code we work with Copilot on. Really cool stuff here. Another new capability rolling out directly injected into the Microsoft Edge browser experience will be the ability to leverage Copilot to rewrite text. So if you're working on any form of web page that you need to publish, you'll have the ability to leverage generative AI solutions in a secure way in order to modify the textual information on your web pages. Classic Outlook is receiving some love. We actually are going to get agents within the Copilot in Classic Outlook capability too. So we are still actively rolling out updates for Classic Outlook, though I expect those to taper off as we continue to get closer to the deprecation of Classic Outlook around 2029. Expanding on the file types that you can reference in PowerPoint, Excel files will be a grounding resource that you can then directly reference within your PowerPoint creation experience. General note, we just upgraded the limitation for the amount of files as well in PowerPoint. You can now reference up to 5 files in your presentation experience, and that of course will now include Excel. Now moving on into the final section for Microsoft Word Copilot experiences. We have talked about this update previously. Now the ability to generate audio summaries aligned to our document content. This is the same form of audio summary that you can create in Copilot Notebooks, a podcast-style audio summary aligned to your document content. Also, general note, the audio summary capability should be actively rolling out for your Teams meeting experience. So if you have a previously recorded or transcribed Teams meeting, you'll also now have the ability to generate an audio summary aligned to that meeting. Pretty cool. Now for the final two updates for Copilot in Word. These are going to be very beneficial for your Word drafting experience. The first update here is the ability to now preserve your data formatting. Copilot never really did a good job in Word with preserving formatting in the past. Now it should as you continue to draft and rewrite text. The particular update here has been rolled out in the web browser experience back in June and should be available in the desktop app experience here sometime in the fall. And finally, when it comes to the overall prompts that you use, once you submit a prompt in Copilot in Word and elect to keep the draft, you really just lose the prompt. You don't have any way to see it anymore. And now we'll be adding a prompt history experience. So if you do have any previous prompts that you've directly submitted, you'll also have the history of those prompts available to you that you can then reselect if you're redrafting the same form of document. So, those are all of the updates I have to share with all of you for today. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. If you found this information to be useful, give me a thumbs up. Your support is always appreciated. Share this information with your colleagues and peers that are directly leveraging Copilot experiences. Subscribe if you are not already, and let me know what you think of the content that we have on our channel. Thank you all so much for your time and support as always. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.